attacking central midfielder, young, got European experience, very technically gifted, plays for his national team now. It's Rayan Cherki to Manchester City for an alleged £34 million, £6 million in add-ons, 15% sell-on fee, 30 matches in the league, 8 goals, 11 assists. In the Europa League, 12 matches, 4 goals, but 8 assists, so a goal or an assist every game. I think 3 of those were against Manchester United, which I was definitely cheering him along for then. I won't be cheering him next season. 21 years old, contract runs now until 2030. £34 million is the
Absolute
release clause.
Absolute steal.
We might as well both get the old cash out now.
I'm thinking him. This is what I think he's worth, really. 40, 50 million.
50.
I think 50 million he was worth. They got him cheap. That's a great bit of business by Man City. Really is.
Because he was rumoured to be going to a couple of clubs, and then Man City went, hang on, is that it? That's the release clause.
Arsenal should have done it as well.
You should have done it
50
as well.
mil.
Do you know what?
Maybe you should have done it.
Well, time will tell, because just like when we got Núñez and when they got Haaland, that was the instant comparison. Now, all season long, whether we like it or not, it's going to be Cherki and Wirtz. That's going to be the comparison. So I'm going to put down what I actually think he's worth. And I'm going to go 20, 40, 60, 5.
Nah.
Because even if Man City did pay 65, you go...
No.
Decent
To me, 50, right? I'd say your one is definitely a bad deal, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is that he's still, he's been playing at Lyon. He's still green. He's still, he's not the finished article yet. He's only just broken into the French team. I think he's just played his first game. He scored a great goal in it, by the way. But he's still, he's still not an established. So I think 50 million would have been a good fee. But listen, they ain't complaining. They got him for even cheaper.
Yeah.
Although you said there's a 15% sell-on clause in there.
There is.
That's probably the reason why they did get him that cheap. Right. So if you work it out, that 50 million is a reasonable thing.
Yeah. So you're going 50.
Yeah.
Will I stick with my 65? The thing is,
you're overpaying, man.
The thing is,
that's why
you have to compare it to the current market. And I look at the current market. A player like him in that central position. I mean, Bruno was touted around as how much to go to Saudi?
Yeah, but Bruno's an established player, and that's Saudi.
And he is. And I get what you mean. He's only 21.
Saudi. They'll pay whatever.
But I think even if you did chuck a 65, I still think that would...
No. See, that's why they're charging you so much money for Wirtz.
Oh, so I shouldn't have been the negotiator, basically.
But you're negotiating the Wirtz deal for Liverpool as well. Yeah, that's why they're overcharging you. Yeah.
So you're going 50 is a good deal.
50.
Well, I'll go good deal for 65. Let us know in the chat what you think. And they have actually got him for 34, so it's even... we should have fantastic deal on here. One even better.
Unbelievable.
Sold. Right, next up, I have got for you Tijjani Reijnders to Manchester City once more. 26-year-old midfielder from AC Milan. Very good. Seen bits and bobs of him. Quality player. And AC Milan have done well, actually, in the last few years to get so much money out of the players that they have sold. The FFP is probably in a very good position. I've got the figure here, but do you actually know how much City paid for him?
It's 60, wasn't it?
I've got £46.5 million on here. I think it was 60 million euros.
So. That's what I heard, euros, yeah.
But 46.5, I mean, any player that Manchester City get in the midfield is going to be at least 40. Like, if you're selling to Man City, you're probably going to add on a few more quid than he's actually worth.
Yeah.
Again, the stats are decent in terms of what he's accomplished this season. Didn't really work out in Europe. Obviously, the manager has been changed at AC Milan now as well. So the final fee that Man City actually got him for was 46.5. Let's both put down now what we think he's actually worth as a 26-year-old midfielder. I'll be honest.
40.
I'm going to go 30 M's.
I've gone 40.
You tell us why you've gone for 40.
Because he's 26, he's an established player, as Dutch international, and a good player, a very good player. Don't know where they're going to play him, right? It's going to be, that's going to be interesting to see where they play him. But I think 40 million, good deal.
Yeah, he
probably played slightly over for him, I reckon.
Came through the came through the ranks at PEC Zwolle, which is actually Arne Slot's hometown. So maybe Arne Slot. Well, that's the only reason I know it. It's the only reason I know it. Then he went to Jong AZ, which is the youth at AZ Alkmaar. Then he was at AZ Alkmaar, played 96 games for them. Went on loan randomly to RKC Walwich. And then he went to AC Milan, only 73 games in the league, 13 goals. He did sign a 5-year deal only 2 years ago, so obviously they were allowed to get as much money for him as they could. Was on the list for the Serie A team of the season last year, scored on his debut. But has he torn up enough trees for us to confidently sit here and say that's a bargain? I don't think it. And again, like you said, a great point. Is he going to start every game?
Yeah, probably pay slightly too much for him. I think 40 million's a good deal for him.
So you're going 40?
Good player.
What have I've done 30. And I think that would be a good deal if it was 30.
I think your one's a bad deal. Right? Because you wouldn't get him for that.
40 M's.
40 M's, good deal.
All right, fair enough. Let us know in the chat. Is that a good deal or a bad deal for Man City? Don't forget they bought Nico Gonzalez. They've still got midfielders vying for that position in the middle. Where does Cherki play? Where does Marmoush play? There's going to be a whole new midfield.
We have seen Pep before buy players and don't even play them.
That's true.
I mean, what's the name from Leeds?
It's Calvin Phillips. 50
Phillips.
Yeah. 50 mil he was.
We've seen him do this before, so it's going to be interesting to see where they play.
Right, next up on our list, again, unfortunately for both of us, is another Manchester City player. They are looking like kind of last season was a relic of a bygone era. They're trying to start this season and almost have everyone forget how poor they were in the league last year. They're buying players of pedigree, of Premier League experience. Rayan Aït-Nouri to Manchester City, £31 million he went for in the end, 24 years old. We know what he's like. We've seen him tear it up for Wolves in the Premier League, heavily linked to Liverpool at one point as well. I was all over this, if I'm honest. I mean, I know we've got Kerkez, and Kerkez a few years younger than Aït-Nouri, had a great season with Bournemouth as well, so I'm happy with him. But this was definitely an option for pretty much every top club in Europe at left back. Was 4 years at Wolves, 5 years at Wolves. Originally comes from Angers, plays for Algeria, even though he's born in France. So obviously he's gone with his descendancy there. So listen, 31 million, I think what he's actually worth is probably somewhere closer. And again, I'm only going off how much Kerkez is going to cost and how much your average top flight right or left back costs these days. I'm going to go 45 for what I think he's actually worth.
How long left on his contract? Do you have that one?
Let's have
How
a
long was
look.
left on his Wolves contract?
He signed a new deal in... so when they bought him in 2020, he signed a 5-year deal.
The 2026, I think.
So 2026, it would have run out. So he had a year left.
Yeah.
So they could have got him for free next year, but
yeah. So to me,
they need him now.
With that in mind, I think 30 million is
more than enough.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
What have I gone for? 45. Bloody hell.
See, you're paying. See, I told you, man. This is why you lot are getting ripped off, right? But for me, yours is a bad deal, right? Because you're overpaying for him. Mine, good deal. You're overpaying.
For the... I mean, maybe the Kerkez thing is going to tip the market a bit and maybe look out of shape.
Well,
deals.
You're not getting ripped off left, right and centre.
If you just said on paper, if I just said on paper the following: 5'11", age 24, Premier League experience for 5 years, guaranteed to walk into your first team, and if I told you that player, who you don't know the name of, would be 45 mil, you go, yeah, that's about right.
Nah, 30. Contract 1 year left. See, I take all these things into account, you know what I mean? 30 mil's more than enough.
You should work for Arsenal, man.
I do. I wish I did.
So 30 mil you're
in
going
the money
for.
Department.
I'll go for... I still think 40's... What have I got?
Bad deal.
I got 45. I think that's a good
bad deal, man.
No? Okay. All right, fair enough. To be fair, we've got, Frimpong for even less than that. Let us know in the chat, good deal or bad deal.